Listen, episode 4 of Bel-Air landed in my lap. So you know it's time to talk about it. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Klepcx FM, brought to you by CritiX.com, a place where I talk about movies, television, and pop culture. And if you're into that kind of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe key and that notification bell so you can be up to speed about everything that I talk about here. Listen, guys, Peacock is blessing me, man, and I feel so honored and so privileged to be able to talk about this stuff with you guys. Bel-Air episode 4 has landed in my lap a little bit earlier than the premiere. This Thursday, you guys are all going to go see it. So I want to talk about this. And trust me, I promise I will not be spoiling anything about these episodes as I get them and as I talk about them. But I've been thinking about doing a live reaction, a post show after the fact. So if you guys are into that and you want to talk some Bel-Air with me live on YouTube, let me know down in the comments, because I see a lot of you are really, really digging this series, kind of like how I am. But I'm here to just let you guys know what to expect, what you're going to get when you watch episode 4, 5, and 6, because I've already seen 5 and 6 as well. But I want to hone in right now. I want to really focus on episode 4 and give you guys a little bit of a minor review. Spoiler free, of course, so that you can prepare yourself and understand where this show is going. And then let me know if you want to do the post show, because I really want to do the post show with you guys, but I'm not going to do a post show if nobody wants to come hang out with me and talk Bel-Air every week Thursday night. So without further ado, guys, you already know what it is. Bel-Air, the dramatic take of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which is now on Peacock. The first 3 episodes aired on February 13th, Super Bowl Sunday. And then after that, every week, every Thursday, you will be able to see a new episode. And I'm here to talk about episode 4, which I got to tell you, man, off rip, the tone is different. And what I mean by that is that this thing, the episode feels like something new. I feel like 1, 2, and 3 kind of set us up, gave us something a little familiar, a little plot line that we know, that we already expect, something that we already are connected to before it gets to this. Episode 4 is when it just kind of, steers left, I should say. Steers left, my left. Steers left and kind of starts becoming its own thing. And that's not a bad thing. Or is it? I don't know. You guys tell me after you see it. You start to see a lot of the flaws in the Banks family. I know there was some comments on my last video, when I reviewed 1, 2, and 3, where a lot of people kind of had issues with characters like Uncle Phil, characters like Carlton, which seemed real out of character, real out of pocket behavior. And I kind of, after seeing those comments, it kind of made me think. I was like, you know what? You're kind of right. Like, for instance, people were saying, like, Uncle Phil would never put politics before his family and things like that. And I'm starting to think, I'm like, James Avery, you're kind of right. He definitely probably wouldn't have. That goes to my one thing that I'm really not feeling about this Uncle Phil. And normally I talk about the things that I like first. But I want to talk about the things that kind of rub me the wrong way. Not things that I hate, but things that kind of make me go, when I'm watching the show. And is that I kind of like the more grounded Uncle Phil, where he was just the judge. And, we barely even saw any of, his judge stuff on the original series. And here we go again comparing the original. I don't mean to compare the original, but it's just something that's going to be hard to not do because of how close this thing is to us. But I feel like this Uncle Phil is just he's just grander. Everything is just amplified, like in the series. So it's like he's not just a judge guy. Now he's running for office. He's political. Now he has to, and that pressure is not only on him, but it's on his family as well. So you get a lot of that in this episode. This episode really hones in a lot on the dynamics of the Banks family under the umbrella or pressure of Uncle Phil. In this world of politics that he's in. So there are a lot of character trait changes in this thing that you guys are gonna bump into as well. Specifically between, I'm not gonna spoil who, but there is a man and woman situation, and you guys are gonna see what I'm talking about. And it takes place I'll tell you where it takes place, so that way you know. It takes place in a record store. I'll leave it at that. There is a huge kind of a twist on a man-woman relationship in this series that no one's gonna expect. I didn't expect it when I saw it. I was like, well, that wasn't supposed to happen, or was it? This thing is really molding into its own thing, guys. So I want to give you guys fair warning. Don't hold on so much to what you know, because this thing seems like it's gonna go left faster than you expected. Your head is just gonna whip, and you might catch whiplash looking so fast and trying to keep up with this thing because it's fast and it's changing. A lot of things are changing. So if you like the tone and you like the first 3 episodes, please, I warn you, go into these next episodes with an open mind, because you are going to see some things that you did not expect at all. Let's see. Let's talk about Jeffrey, because I know a lot of people had some jokes about Jeffrey and where his character is and what is he really about. But episode 4, Jeffrey is more gangster than we expected him to be. Somebody in my comment section said something about him being a fixer, and I kind of was like, nah, I mean, I can see how the trailer, made that seem like, because he's so serious, and so he's got Uncle Phil's back. They're chilling, playing pool, busting down cigars, and drinking together. No, bro, it is that. Excuse me, it is that. Jeffrey is a bit of a fixer, and I don't know what the hell, it makes me, he was already my favorite character from the first 3 episodes. I was like, there's something about Jeffrey that's pretty dope. It's pretty cool. He dresses well, he's smooth. You know what I mean? He's in and out. He minds his business, but he's still always the smartest guy in the room. So there's some backstory about Jeffrey that I hope that we get, because from what you learn in episode 4 about Jeffrey will have you like, what the who is Jeffrey? Who is Jeffrey? Dead ass, I promise you. So Carlton's still on this shit. There are some light moments where, Will and Carlton, I don't want to give too much away, but I mean, they interact a lot in this episode, but Carlton is still on that Carlton shit. I mean, 1 minute it's like, he's calm, he's cool, he's being mature, and then the next minute Carlton's on his shit. So it's like, you can't even you get what you get with Carlton. It's nothing different. Not yet anyways. Not yet. Vivian and Phil, like I told you, you're gonna see the flaws of the family in this episode, and you're gonna learn a lot more about Vivian in this episode and about who she was or who she is as a person before she was a mother and things of that nature. So I thought that was kind of cool that they're really fleshing this thing out, and they're allowing you to get to know the characters individually. So that's the best thing about episode 4. But it does take just a weird turn to things that you don't go and comparing this thing to the original. I'm telling you guys, stop comparing this thing right now. The first 3 episodes was it, but right now it's on autopilot, it's on auto drive, it's becoming its own thing, which it kind of needs to do in order to prove that it can stand alone. Because I don't want to see rehashings of the same stories that we've already seen, but just more dramatic. Nah, I don't want to see that. There is, however, a nod to the original in episode 4 with revolving around Will, and it's not too much of a spoiler, but there is a hidden talent that Will has that we all have seen. If you remember the very, very first episode of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, somewhere around that scene when Uncle Phil and Will were bumping heads, and he was talking to him about how he saw Malcolm X and speak and things of that nature, and then we saw a very cool hidden talent of Will's. So I thought that was a cool nod that they kind of threw in there very subtly. They didn't overdo it. It was just thrown in there and addressed a little bit, but nothing too too big to make it a big deal. Another character that got really fleshed out was little Ashley. I'm wowed at the things that I learned about Ashley. I won't say much about it, but I can't wait to see all of you guys react to Ashley. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'm trying to put my poker face on, see if you guys can figure out what's going on with Ashley, but I'm gonna leave it at that. I wanted to talk about this just so I can see your reactions about where they're going with a lot of these characters. So 4 is really like the wringing out of the rag. They're just kind of just see where the water lands on this thing. And yeah, and then to cap it off, guys, there is a very, very shocking twist turn at the end of this episode that I did not expect coming, that no one's going to expect coming, and I really kind of bothered me because I was like, really? I was kind of looking forward to seeing some things about that. So now I'm kind of like, and like I said, guys, I saw the next where it goes after 4, and I'm still like, really? Y'all gonna do that? Okay. So, and that's the ending, guys. Like, that's the end of the episode that I'm talking about. So, how I would rate this episode if I put them all in 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm gonna say 1, 2, and 3 is still like top tier. 4 is a little weird for me because of the at this point, they just jolt you right into the new, and this is the point where you either got to get with it or you're not going to get with it. But I think this is that turning point for a lot of people. Like, I'm still going back to it. I'm going to be watching this thing every week faithfully all the way to the end till it's done. I'm in it to win it. I'm done. I'm down. Like, I think it's good enough. But I saw a little bit. A lot of people love it. A lot of people like it in the comments. But there were a couple. This is a sprinkle of people. Not really a lot of people, but a sprinkle of people who had their, they were sticking. But I have a friend who literally wouldn't even finish the first episode. He went in and watched the first episode and immediately was out. He was like, nope, it ain't for him. He didn't like it. So let me know if you're one of those people, because I want to know what it is that you're not feeling about the show if you're not feeling it. I think it's okay. But 4, literally, I think, honestly, I'm not going to lie, if I watched 4 and I didn't have 5 and 6, I probably would have been like, bad taste in my mouth, like, well, I don't know. But, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm in it to win. I'm going to be watching every week, guys. And I'm just an open-minded person like that. And I know a lot of you are too. So I'm curious to see what a lot of people have to say about episode 4. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still digging the darkness and the more serious Will, and everything. Like Will is really the character that's keeping me there. I'm not gonna lie. He's a character that's really keeping me engaged, and that kid, Jabari Banks, is a fucking beast, and I love what he's bringing to this Will. So guys, let me know when you see this, or even if you have anything to share or questions or whatever. I'm not gonna share nothing. Let me know if you think the post Bel-Air episode live chat is something that we should do. Like, comment, share. Make sure you subscribe. And for more movie news, television news, check out wearecritics.com, guys. And I will talk to you all later. Peace.